Hello, Boone High. I am Anna Olson, your junior class president. I would like to welcome you all to our 2017 Homecoming Cup Assembly and Coronation. At this moment, I would like to dedicate some time to appreciate Jean Jones. Jean Jones was a beloved teacher and friend that brought happiness and smiles to all of her students. Even through rough times, Mrs. Jones had a smile on her face and jokes to crack. Thank you, Mrs. Jones, for being a teacher of a lifetime. Please take a moment of silence for Jean Jones. Thank you, everyone, for showing constant support and love for the tour order, just like Jean did. Now let's get started with the homecoming festivities and fun, much like she would have wanted us to do. Let's get through a couple of quick reminders about tomorrow's dance. The dance starts at 8 p.m. and ends at 11 p.m. Doors will open at 7:45. We will have tickets for sale and the games and carnival food. Tickets are $1 each, and the most expensive things you can buy are funnel cakes, tropical snow, and mini corn dogs for 3 tickets. Don't forget, the prizes are to be won with the games. Games are only 1 ticket to play. Now, cheerleaders, you guys can take it over. Thank you, cheerleaders. We really appreciate it. Let's take a minute and recognize all of our past kings and queens of Boone High. If you're in the audience, we would please like you to stand. Any past kings and queens of Boone High, if you guys are in the audience, please stand. Can we get a round of applause? Now we are welcome to present last year's king and queen, Diana and Devin Baldus. Diana is the daughter of Mike and Brenda Slade. Diana is currently a track athlete at the University of Northern Iowa. Diana Slade is majoring in elementary education. Devin is the son of Mike and Beth Baldus. Devin is currently a student at Iowa State University with an undecided major. Everyone give them a round of applause. Now it's time to announce the 2017 homecoming chorus. Kendra Allen and Evan Appenzeller. Kendra Allen is the daughter of Rhonda Allen and Thomas Allen. Kendra is actively involved in student council, mentoring, orchestra, tennis, cheerleading, and varsity football cheer. Kendra's honors and achievements include Honor Roll, National Honor Society, Silver Cord, and she went to her first mission trip the summer of 2015. Kendra's future plans include going to college with an undecided major. She is planning to attend Youth with a Mission in Minneapolis to see more of the world of missions. Later, she may go on to study psychology. Kendra loves spending time with family and friends. Evan Appenzeller is the son of Trudy Appenzeller and Brad Appenzeller. Evan has been actively involved in grip mentoring, basketball, baseball, student council, and weightlifting. Evan's honors and achievements include Honor Roll, two-time academic letter recipient, Outstanding Achievement Award, and varsity position on baseball and basketball teams. Evan's future plans are an undecided college where he will continue to play baseball at the collegiate level. He wants to major in biology and become a physician assistant. Evan loves playing sports and hanging out with friends. Thank you, Kendra Allen and Evan Appenzeller. Next, we have Kaylee Bach and Tate Clemens. Kaylee Bach is the daughter of Mark and Heather Abbey, and Josh and Trisha Bach. Kaylee is involved in varsity cheerleading, National Honor Society, peer tutors, Excel, and she is a co-captain of the varsity cheer squad. Kaylee's honors and achievements include Honor Roll, member of the National Honor Society, and President's List for academic achievement at DMAC. Kaylee is undecided on what college to go to, but plans to major in biochemistry to pursue becoming a doctor. Kaylee works part-time as a certified nursing assistant in a memory care unit. She is a dancer at Bain Center of Dance, participates in various church mission trips, volunteers at the Special Olympics and Boone Scenic Valley Railroad. Kaylee also enjoys spending time with friends and family. Tate Clemens is the son of Joseph Clemens and Amy Clemens. Tate's school activities include marching band, pep band, jazz band, DECA, Student Council, National Honor Society, weightlifting, and golf. Tate has been in the leadership positions of Vice President of Marketing for Iowa DECA, co-leader of the Drumline, key creator of Boone Edge, and varsity golf. Tate's honors and achievements include Honor Roll, National Honor Society, State Officer for Iowa DECA, chief creator of Boone Edge, and varsity position on golf team. Tate's committed to Iowa State University and plans on majoring in marketing. He also plans to go into marketing as a career. Tate loves spending time with friends and family, loves business, and loves to golf. Kaylee Bach and Tate Clemens. Now we have Lauren Hawkins and Carter Dinan. Lauren Elizabeth Hawkins is the daughter of Mike and Shonda Hawkins. Lauren is actively involved in softball, volleyball, basketball, and chorale. Lauren's honors and achievements include National Honor Society, Honor Roll, Academic Achievement Award, 2016 State Softball All-Tournament Team, and All-State Softball Player, 2016 and 17. Lauren plans to attend the University of Iowa, and her major is undecided. Carter Dian is the son of Jeff and Amy Dian. Before being medically removed, Carter participated in football and wrestling. He hopes to continue playing with his teammates in tennis and baseball. Carter's honors and achievements, Geppinger Award winner, and consistent honor roll recipient. He achieved DMAC Dean's List as a junior, receiving a bronze award. Carter's future plans include attending the University of Iowa, where he plans to pursue pediatric medicine and become an orthopedic surgeon. Carter works at Fairway and enjoys hanging out with friends, fishing in Canada, and quoting favorite movie lines with his dad. Lawrence Hawkins and Carter Dian. Next up, we have Jane Campbell and Mason Holt. Jane Victoria Campbell is the daughter of Jeff and Michelle Campbell. Jane's school activities include DECA, weightlifting, art classes, and chess club member. Jane's leadership experiences are Vice President of Fundraising and Services for Boone DECA, President of the Chess Club, and a key creator of the Boone Edge. She is also an honor roll recipient. Jane plans to serve a year and a half church doing service and mission after graduation. She then plans to attend Brigham Young University and major in finance and minor in marketing with the end goal to pursue a career in corporate finance. Jane enjoys spending time with her family, traveling, learning about politics, and enjoys recreational athletics. Mason Holst is the son of Amy Holst and Chris Holst. Mason's school activities include weightlifting, wrestling, football, and tennis. Mason has been the captain of his respective sports teams. Mason's honors and achievements include honor roll, 6th place at state wrestling tournament, 5th place in doubles with Corbin Waffle, state football quarterfinals. Mason is undecided on which college he will attend and plans to major in sports management. Mason loves to coach and the youth wrestling team, hanging out with friends and family, and loves to work out. Jane Campbell and Mason Holst. Last up, we have Kate Peasley and Corbin Waffle. Catherine Peasley is the daughter of Scott and Sandy Peasley. Kate is actively involved in swimming, football cheerleading, tennis, boys swim team managing, student council, marching band, and swing choir. Kate is the student body president, co-leader of the drumline, swim team captain, football cheer captain, and tennis captain. Kate's honors and achievements include National Honor Society, academic letter winner, honor roll, 3-sport varsity letter winner, and 2017 Iowa chapter representative at the FBI National Academy Youth Leadership Program in Quantico, Virginia. Kate plans to attend Wake Forest University with an undecided major. Kate loves music and art and serves 4 short-term mission trips teaching English and sharing the gospel in Poland. Attends youth groups and volunteers for the First Evangelical Free Church. Corbin Waffle is the son of Byron and Brenda Waffle. Corbin participates in student council, tennis, and baseball. Corbin is the senior student council vice president and a varsity tennis player. Corbin's honors and achievements include 4-year honor roll, 5th and 2017 state doubles tennis, academic letters. Corbin is undecided on college, but plans to major in business administration and management. Corbin loves spending time with his friends and watching the Dallas Cowboys. Thank you, Kate Peasley and Corbin Waffle.
We would now like you to direct your attention to the Junior Powder Puff cheerleaders.
keep stopping. What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know? Listen, my lip gloss is popping, my lip gloss is blue. All the boys keep jocking, they chasing after.
Thank you, juniors. Now for a competition led by the cheerleaders. All right, so we're going to play a game. We're going to grab some senior boys, randomly grab them. And if you get picked, then you have to come down. Jason Hull. Jimmy Bousted. All right, so we're going to blindfold you guys. All right, so those of you who have bandanas on, make sure you close your eyes underneath of them too, just in case. All right, so what's going to happen is each of you are going to have a cheerleader kiss you on the cheek, and then you're going to have to guess which cheerleader it is. Okay? But it's very important that you guys do not take off your bandanas until you are told to. So do not take them off until we tell you to. Everybody be quiet about who it is. We don't want them figuring out which cheerleader it is. All right, so I'm going to go one by one, and the microphone is going to be up to you. So Clay's going first. Who do you... Never mind. So Clay, who do you think it is?
Alyssa Craft.
Mason, who do you think it is?
Lexi Johnson.
How about you, Evan?
It's definitely not one of the cheerleaders.
Corbin, which cheerleader do you think it is?
I'm gonna have to go with Kendra.
How about you, Ty?
We'll go with Osweiler.
Jayton?
Lexi.
Jimmy, who do you think it is?
Hannah.
Tate?
Molly Osweiler.
Jackson?
Point Jackson.
Me?
I have no idea. Someone who was wet.
Dresden, who do you think it is?
I'm going to have to go with my gut and say Maddie Johnson.
Can we have those cheerleaders come stand in front of the guys so they can take their blindfolds off? Don't take them off yet, boys. Ready? 1, 2, 3, take them off.
Thank you, boys. Now time for drill team.
Will you have some tea with me? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a party. Tea with me. I say, what a spectacular looking crowd we have here tonight. Ladies, come on over here. Let's hit the shop floor. Time for tea, bread and jam and company. That's right, play the music, makes it loud. Love to see a dancing crowd. Time for tea, bread and jam and company. Play the music, makes it loud. Love to see a dancing crowd. Good God, man, look at the size of this. Mr. DJ, play the record. You funky record man. Time for tea. It's time for tea.
At this time, we would like to bring on Jeremy Pritchard to the stage. Jeremy Pritchard grew up in Boone, graduated from Boone High School in 2005. He played as a quarterback for the Tortoise. He graduated from UNI with a degree in microbiology in 2010. He was a school board member, and he's married to Amy Pritchard, BHS Spanish teacher. He works at Pritchard Brothers in Plumbing and Heating. He lives in Boone, Iowa with wife Amy and sons Ethan, 4, and Nolan, 1. Please come out, Jeremy Pritchard.
Thank you. Oh, there's a lot of people here. It's really an honor for me to be here today. You know, a couple of weeks ago, Mr. Mockelstead called me and asked me to do this. I said yes immediately. Then I hung up the phone and a mild sense of panic set, and I really had no idea what I was going to talk about. A couple of days went by, and I started to think back when I was in high school 12, 13 years ago now. And I started to think about the time when I played football, and specifically I thought about my homecoming game my senior year. It's kind of strange. It was almost exactly like today. It rained all day on and off. We were lucky, though, the rain let up just before the game started, but the field was a mess. I can remember pretty clearly how I felt before that game. You know, the anxiety, the anticipation, the excitement of the game that's about to start. But really, other than that and the final outcome, I don't remember much. We played Hampton. We smoked them 33-7. It was really a fun game. But I think a lot of times in situations like that, when you have something important, when you have a goal you've worked towards for so long, it's easy to lose sight of the details. You know, there's a lot of practice, there's a lot of strategy, there's a lot of talk about what we need to do to win the game. That's the main goal. But in situations like that, I think it can be advantageous to break it down. Instead of having one major goal for yourself, maybe set 100 micro goals. You know, a football game is really just a collection of plays. And if you look at every play as a goal, if you look at every play as an opportunity to win that play, you could set a goal for yourself not to let your teammates down. You can set a goal for yourself to do something to show leadership to your team. If you can do that and you can win the majority of plays, those are going to add up to you winning the quarter. It's going to add up to you winning the half, and eventually it's going to get you to the same end result, which is to win the game. But I think the benefit of doing it that way is that you'll maybe make more memories along the way. You'll enjoy the moment. You'll think about what you're doing, and maybe 12, 13 years from now, when you think back, you'll be able to remember some of those details that I don't remember. You know, when I was in high school, when I was a senior in high school, I had a lot going for me. I felt like I was invincible. You know, I was a quarterback of the team. I was one of the captains. I was dating my wife, Amy. She was captain of the cheerleading squad. You know, we were both on homecoming court. You could say that my high school experience was basically the intro to every Nicholas Sparks book that's ever been written. And it's true. I had a lot going for me. But I think there's a lot of you here today that probably have a similarly positive experience like what I had. But I also know that there's people here that maybe aren't having an absolutely positive experience like I did. There's a lot of pressure on kids today. High school can be a lot of pressure. There's societal pressures, peer pressure, academic pressure, bullying, personal issues. There's a whole host of things that can add up to maybe you not having the same experience that I had. And if you feel like you're in that situation, then my message to you would be basically the same. You know, first, remember that someday soon you're going to graduate and you're going to have the opportunity to do exactly what you want with your life. You're going to be able to take it in the direction that you want to go. You're going to be able to reinvent yourself if you want to, and you're going to be able to become the person that you want to be. But in the meantime, try not to focus on the big picture, because it's easy to get wrapped up in the big picture, in the pressure that is high school. Try to focus on the moments that you can control. If you look at every moment as a chance to do something positive, as a chance to make that moment a positive moment, those moments are going to add up to a more positive high school experience for you. So, that being said, it's not going to be easy along the way. There's always going to be adversity. There's going to be adversity in the football game tonight. There's going to be adversity at school next week. You're going to run into adversity your entire life. There's two different ways that you can handle that. You can take the easy way and look at it as a negative situation, or you can take the hard way and look at it as a challenge. Every challenge that you face, if you succeed, you're going to take a sense of pride in that success. You're going to have a little self-pride that you accomplished something that was hard. So basically, Lastly, I want to say that there's a lot of negativity in the world today. All of us are different. We all have our unique set of challenges. But we're all incredibly blessed to live in this country. We're blessed to live in this state. We're blessed to live in this community. So we're all different. We all have our own problems, but we all have one thing in common. That's we're Toreadors. So keep that in mind, and that should be enough for us all to respect each other and work towards common goals. So here's to the football team. Best of luck to you tonight. Go get them. Thank you for having me.
So we have a special treat for you all. We actually have a faculty going to give a speech for us too. Mrs. Bass, would you please come up here? Jill Bass is a Boone High math teacher. She has been teaching at Boone for 34 years. She has 3 children that also graduated from Boone High.
Okay, I'd first like to say welcome students, staff, parents, and alumni in the Boone Homecoming Court. This has been a great week. We have come together to celebrate homecoming and remember the past. When asked to speak about homecoming, I tried to figure out what to talk about, so I decided to talk about Boone becoming my home and then just some random memories. My journey to Boone started back in 1984 when I was coming to my interview. I left my college dorm in Northwestern College after softball practice fairly late at night. I was going to drive part way to Boone, stopped in Fort Dodge at my grandmother's house to stay. On my way, I packed up my Pinto station wagon. It's not the car you want to be driving, all right? But I headed off for the trip. Just outside of Cherokee, my car lost all power, and I was stranded on the side of the road. So I thought, well, this is not what I was hoping for. Luckily, a police officer drove by and asked me where I was headed and gave me a ride to the police station. I called my parents, who lived an hour away. They came and drove and brought me a spare car. They were going to bring me the Gremlin. The Gremlin was my brother's 3-speed yellow Gremlin car that he had while he was at college. He took his then wife, or his wife, he wasn't married yet, on their first date, and his car, obviously, it never worked, so it wouldn't start. So he had to have his college roommate, Coach Kamenish, and some other football guys at Buena Vista push the car so they could get it to start. So I'm thinking, great, my parents are bringing me the Gremlin. The Gremlin at this point is just barely a spare car in our family, and if you don't know what a Gremlin is, you should Google that. The Gremlin in the Cars 2 movie was mocked for having no power and no reliability. So they bring me this car. It has a piece of masking tape over the alternator light so that it doesn't shine in your eyes while you're driving at night. They get there and they give me the car and they say, by the way, it probably won't make it all the way. So I thought, great. So they said, you need to drive to Buena Vista, where my future sister-in-law Susan was a student, and find her dorm window and knock on it and change and get the keys from her for her car. So luckily, I find her dorm. There's no cell phones. I'm kind of looking around for the right window. It's dark. I knock on her window, and I actually find her room. She brings me the car keys, and we go out and we get the car, and it is the biggest car I have ever seen in my life. So I've gone from a Pinto station wagon to a Gremlin to this giant car that was a couple decades old. So I take this car then, and it's over the river and through the woods to my grandmother's house I go, and I pull into my grandma's house well after midnight, and she's probably wondering where in the world I am. Well, the good news is the next morning I headed off for my interview, and I got to drive my grandmother's nice 2-door white Nova. Why she had that car, I don't know, but it was pretty styling at the time. When I got to Boone early the next day for my interview, I had some extra time, so I drove over. I stopped at the bakery, and I bought a cream-filled, maple-frosted Bismarck, and then I drove out, was driving around town, and I found this really cool park to stop in, and it was McCoe's Park. I pulled over and ate my Bismarck in McCoe's Park, and I thought, this is an awesome start to Boone. So then, after enjoying that, the next thing I had to do was I had to find the school. I found a parking spot, luckily on the back side of school, and back in the day, it was pretty hard to find a parking spot. I had no idea how to get into the school. I got out of my car, and there were some kids kind of hanging out on the back side of school, and they were like, who are you and what are you here for? And so I don't know if they were like in charge of that area or what, but I said, well, I'm here for an interview and I need to find the principal's office. So they told me, well, we know where the principal's office is. So they took me around to the front side of the school, and we got in the school, and we were just chit-chatting on the way. And then I got up there close to Dr. Harrington's door, and I turned around, and they were all gone. So they must have gone back out on duty or something. So I get up to the door, and Dr. Harrington comes out, and he shakes my hand, and he said, well, how was your trip? And I smiled, and I said, it was really good. And then sometimes I just do think, like what Jeremy said, that sometimes the tougher journeys are a little more worthwhile. A few years later, I met my husband in a well-known event here in Boone, Puffer Belly Days. We raised our 3 kids, and I'm proud that they went through the Boone school systems. They went to Garfield, then Lincoln, then Franklin, then the middle school, and then the high school. And they were able to be active in several activities. A lot of you that have grown up here, you know the things that kids remember: the Little League, the Boone Pool, the Y teams, going to the library, and the awesome flag project that they do at Franklin School, that there are probably a lot of them still hanging on the walls in many homes in Boone. I have a lot of great memories from the past about teaching, coaching, and being part of BHS. So here are some random memories. My first year in Boone, they were remodeling the school. Basketball was played and practiced out at DMEC. The wrestling team had a practice at the Armory, and the swimming was at the Y. Our inconveniences during the construction were well worth it, and our new addition and remodeling served us well for 30 years. Over the years, we had some teachers that were well suited for their classes. We had Mr. Potts. He taught pottery, of course. Mrs. Legg, she taught PE. This is my favorite, Mr. Nutt. He taught psychology. So maybe next semester I will start a fishing class. Back in the day when students would ask me a question, I wouldn't know the answer. I would say, wait, I'll ask Mr. Guykin, and I'll get back to you tomorrow. Well, Mr. Guykin, if you don't know, he was a chemistry teacher here, and he had the answers to about everything. And then he went and retired on me. So then there were several years I didn't know the answer until Google came about, and that served me pretty well since. It's certainly fun to have taught in Boone for so many years. I would have to admit that it was a little sad to watch the old building be knocked down. There are many great memories of that building and a lot of fun times teaching with our staff. Our new building will bring us new memories. We had a well-organized move in December of 2013 to the new building. The next year, most of the school was packed into the 1012 building, where there were offices in the hallway and a lot of sharing of rooms. Finally, the school was finished and the tunnel came down, and that maybe was the best thing about the school being finished, is that tunnel being gone, if anybody ever went to that. Our new building will bring us memories of the cafe, lots of TVs, pods, STEM, the new Toreador, and the long strolls from the 9th grade building to the 1012 building. Boone has been my home for the last 34 years. I have loved teaching and coaching in Boone. A bonus that many of the younger teachers can't realize is the great number of second-generation students that I have. Those moms, I had a lot of them. This is especially fun as I make connections with the students and still can envision those parents still sitting in my classes, or the glory days of them on the fields, courts, and stages. So now we're going to move to focusing a little bit on homecoming. We always have a lot of homecoming events scheduled every year. We've had over the past dress-up days, best legs, best muscles, Mr. Irresistible, powder puff football games, powder puff cheerleaders. Somehow the seniors always seem to win that. We had the parade, street painting, window painting, door decorating, coronation, the velvet dresses of the past, the dance on Friday night in the old gym, the dances on Saturday, and those freshman, this is my first homecoming dance pictures that are all over Facebook again now. There were also some like non-scheduled homecoming events that kind of slipped in every once in a while. We had this class float time that we had, and it was like, oops, that turned into some egg wars and then some more, so that kind of went away. There was always some interesting placement of some items, and the toilet paper, the good and the bad. It brings new meaning when you think about homecoming events, when you cannot just remember last year, but you can remember when the parents of these students were walking the halls of BHS. And I will save those stories for you to share with your kids. A well-known toreador, Mark Westberg, likes to ask me, am I an Iowa fan or an Iowa State fan? And I always tell him, Mark, I don't know. I am a Boone Toreador fan. I really enjoy watching our students play on the athletic teams, perform in the band, the chorus, the orchestra, the theater, participate in activities, the drum line, cheering, and the students in the stands. I also enjoy seeing the students outside of work, or outside of school, working and even carrying out my groceries, or just hanging out in Boone. We work on connecting with our students, but really teaching and living in Boone for so many years, I would have to thank our community, parents and students for making Boone feel like my home. I am proud we are the only school in Iowa that has red and green for our school colors. I am proud that we have the toughest and maybe the most unique school song, and I'm very proud that I am a Toreador. I have many great memories of Boone. The moments of teaching and coaching that make me the most proud are not necessarily when we won, but when we worked hard and we had effort and we belonged. I urge our current students to put on the brakes, stop and make some memories. Alumni, return frequently, and talk about remember when. Congratulations to the homecoming court. And for our football team, I would have to really thank you for the class that you bring to our school with the pregame hand-in-hand walk from the school to the field, and then the powerful singing of the school song at the end of each game. Remember this night, BHS students, we are proud of you, and our community is proud of you also. Let's make this a memorable night. Go Toreadors and beat Ballard. Hopefully no rain.
Thank you, Mrs. Bass and Mr. Pritchard. Now we would like to show you a scene from our school musical, The Addams Family.
Ah, the intoxicating smell of the graveyard. Every year we gather beneath our family tree to honor the great cycle of life and death. Come, every member of our clan, living, dead, and undecided, and come celebrate what it is to be an adult. Come, my luscious wife. Oh, she of skin so pale, eyes so black, dress cut down to Venezuela, and tell us what it is that every other hopes for.
Darkness and grief and unspeakable sorrow.
I love it when you talk sexy. When you're an adult, you need to have a little moonlight. When you're an adult, you need to feel a little chill. You have to see the world in shades of gray. You have to put some poison in your day.
That's the way when you're an adult.
You need to have a little humor. When you're an adult,
You need to
have
have a for death.
who cares about the world outside and what it wants from you? When you're an Adam, you do what Adams always do. Mi amor,
Will you love me forever and ever?
we shall be as besotted with each other as the night we met.
Date you took me to see.
Death of a salesman.
How we laughed.
When you're an Adam, you gotta have a lot of passion. When you're an Adam,
You need to really love your wife.
at least once a day. You're happy when your toes are in the mud. When you're an Adam,
need a moment to explode. Wait till things get hot. When you're an atom, you have to really stir the pot. So give us shadows and give us gloom. Broken glass in a motel room. Something fun we can all exhume and give it all tonight.
On this day, we celebrate what it is to be an atom. Why do we do this?
Because living or dead, family is still family.
Yes, and how do we do this?
By dancing on their graves.
Yes, dance, my brother Fester. Time to wake the dead.
Feet under, we get together here.
Blessed from whatever, blessed from whatever call now to reappear. Every cadaver starts a palaver once in an atom here. Oh, you're decaying, hear what we're saying. Time now to give a cheer. Line dance. Bunny hop. Do the twist. Rigor mortis. Death rattle. When you're an atom, you do very special duty. When you're an atom, you're obligated to the class. It's family first and family last, and family by and by. When you're an atom, standard issues don't apply. When you're an atom, you do what atoms do or die.
Thank you, actors and directors, for putting this all together for us. Now I would like to invite the Senior Powder Puffs cheerleaders up to do their performance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Okay, I'm a cheerleader now. U-D-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Hey, hey, you ugly. U-D-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Hey, hey, you ugly.
Hey, hey, teach me how to twerk it, hey. They be like, oh, what? Can you teach me how to twerk it? You know why? 'Cause all the girls love me.
It's gonna get hot today. Grab an ice cold sun drop and show us how you drop it.
When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot.
Put my hands up to play my song, the butterflies fly away. Nodding my head like yeah, moving my hips like yeah. Got my hands up to play my song, I know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, it's a party in the USA. Yeah, it's a party in the USA.
I like to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack.
La 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 la, wait till I get my money right. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spent that on a necklace.
Can't touch this. Break it down. Hammer time.
Dance, 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 dance. Now make that mother hammer sound like. Yo stupid, yo stupid, yo stupid. Do it, boy, do it, boy, do it, boy, do it.
I'll never ever ever getting back together. We are getting back together. You go talk to your friends, talk to my friends, talk to me. But we
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
all the single ladies, 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 all the single ladies. Now put your hands up.
Thank you, seniors. Now it is time for the All-State Cheerleaders performance. Thank you, cheerleaders.
Okay, now we would like to introduce our fall sports. So can I have the football players come on down?
Anderson! Who said no?
Your coach, big fella.
Hey, give it to Andy. What? I want to do all the time. Okay.
All right, we're the varsity football team. Right now we are 6-0, hopefully 7-0 after tonight. We play Ballard tonight for the homecoming game. It is moved up to 5 instead of 7, so be there and support. Roll doors.
Now I would like the following sports teams to stand. Volleyball. Girls and boys cross country. Swimming and diving. Cheer.
All right, everyone, direct your attention to the band. They're going to perform for us for a minute. another one in ya? Can we do one more song first? Can we do one more song first? We need another minute. Hush. Thank you. Now it's time for everyone's second favorite part of this particular assembly. And I need some people to hit the lights for me. All of the lights. Boone High, do we know how to throw a party or what? All right, let's have the cheerleaders up for some battle cry. Let's go, cheerleaders, battle cry.
Hey guys, I just kind of want to say something. All the cheerleaders went to the schools today to tour, and we went to the middle school, and all the students stood up when we asked them to, and they were way louder than us. So I think there's a little competition. Okay, now comes to the time we've all been waiting for, Coronation. Thank you, Diana Slight and Devin Baldus, for helping us with Coronation. First, can I have the guys come up? Now I would like the ladies to come down. Congratulations, Kate Peasley and Tay Clemens, for being our 2017 King and Queen. Can we give them another round of applause? Thank you, everyone, for coming to our assembly and coronation. Remember to come to the game tonight. It is at 5 o'clock, and we are hoping to see you guys all out there for fun homecoming festivities. And remember the dance tomorrow. It'll be a fun time. Okay, so to dismiss, we would like the band to go first and students. Thank you, everyone, for coming out.